The anti-corruption court was earlier today turned into a legal theatre as drama and more drama unfolded as Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu was hauled to the court to face graft-related charges. Mwilu's lawyers' plot to halt criminal proceedings at the magistrate court hit a snag after Chief Magistrate Lawrence Mugambi declined to admit an erroneous stay order that had temporarily blocked the DCJ's case. And as KTN's Francis Ontomwa now reports, the magistrate court has directed the lawyers to retreat back to the High Court and put their house in order.
Besieged Kenya's Deputy Chief Justice was finally making a formal appearance before the anti-corruption court, and the defense came armed to the teeth.
We are going to demonstrate that there is no factual foundation. There is no factual foundation for instituting these charges against the Deputy Chief Justice.
You are dealing with a person of the next in command of the entire judicial system.
He is still sitting on Judicial Service Commission.
While the magistrate court was preparing ground for her to take a plea, another battery of lawyers were pushing a parallel process at the High Court to stop criminal proceedings from going on at the lower court. And to their prayers, High Court Judge Chacha Mwita granted the defense lawyers' pleas, suspending the DCJ's case until constitutional issues surrounding it were resolved. And this immediately sent Mwilu's lawyers into a crest of a wave. But this was short-lived. Senior prosecution lawyer Dorcas Odur was to spoil the party. She noted the case number on the stay order was different from the case number on the matter before the magistrate.
An interim conservatory order be and is hereby granted staying criminal proceedings against the petitioner in criminal case number 292 of 2018 pending before the magistrate's court. That is not the case you're dealing with today. That's the wrong number. So these proceedings have not been stayed.
Chief Magistrate Lawrence Mugambi directed Orengo and his team to go back to the High Court judge and set things right.
It is important that we give the High Court an opportunity of putting the record straight so that we also don't end up doing something that is not worthy, something that is not necessary.
Meanwhile, Mwilu will remain out on the 5 million shillings personal bond granted Tuesday evening. The DCJ was arrested outside the Supreme Court premises Tuesday afternoon. The top judge is facing several charges of forgery, abuse of office, and unlawful failure to pay taxes. In the history of the Republic of Kenya, this is the first time that a judicial officer of the level of the Deputy Chief Justice is being tried on graft allegations charges. While some see this as an assault to the judiciary, many others see this as the boldest step yet in rooting out impunity within the arm of government. Francis Ontomwa, KTN News, Milimani Law Courts, Nairobi.
And as Francis Ontomwa puts it, this is being termed as a bold step because this is the highest ranking case, especially in the judiciary yet, the Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu. But she's not the only judge who has been in the dock in the recent times. There have been about 3 judges who have faced criminal charges in the past. And we'll just quickly take a look at the 3 of them. Who were they? What are some of the charges that they faced at their time? The late Judge Samuel Oguk, whose case was in 2003, was charged with fraudulently acquiring monies. He denied the charges and was later acquitted, and he died in the year 2016. He served the judiciary for about 27 years, and he opted to resign just 2 weeks after he was charged. Judge GBM, beg your pardon for that, is GBM Karaoke, was charged in 2008 with allegedly stabbing a motorist. He obviously denied those charges and was acquitted about a year later for lack of evidence. GBM Karaoke, the judge, spent a night in custody following the arrest, and he was freed a year later, or acquitted a year later, for lack of sufficient evidence. He was a High Court judge then. And finally, we have Justice Said Chitembwe, whose case came up in 2009. He was charged with fraudulently making fraudulent payments to a law firm for services that were not rendered. The payment in question amounted to 8 million Kenya shillings, and he was at that time the company secretary for NSSF before becoming a judge. He was later acquitted. He was a High Court judge. This is some of the high-profile cases that we have seen in the past for judges who actually did appear on the dock. Then there's those who face the tribunal, like Justice Philip Tunoi, and of course we also have Justice Joseph Mutava, who was embroiled in the Kamlesh Patni case. These are some of the charges we have seen in the past, or the cases we have seen in the past where judges have been in the center stage and they bore the greatest brunt for some time. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta has vowed to bring to an end the corruption graft that is rife in the country. The president was speaking to BBC